What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Monday, August 29th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Appreciate you all very much. Hope you had a great weekend. And let's get this Monday rolling with some astrology. Oh, dear Lord. My apologies. My apologies. Wrong button it. Wrong button it. All right, sun's at 6 degrees of Virgo today. Very Venusian degree in a lot of ways from the step system that I kind of work with and the degrees. Also, moon and Mercury in Libra. Lots of relationship conversations, especially with all the Venus activity that we've been having, and Venus coming off that opposition to Saturn, and the big it was a fixed grand cross, with the nodes and Uranus and Saturn. Big time relationship energy. It hasn't gone away yet, and I think we're really trying to find that balance. We're trying to find that really nice center point. But Mars is a big factor in all of this in Gemini at 5 degrees, because the moon's going to trine that Mars. Mercury's getting ready to trine that Mars. The sun is still square Mars, just a degree of separation, and Mars is starting to work on its sextile over to Jupiter in Aries. So it's kind of a mixed bag, and even the sun's quincunx Jupiter for this day and a little bit into tomorrow. So there's this big kind of a lot of aspects to this Mars in Gemini, which is going to go through so much, right, with the retrograde that's coming. And it's the ability to act off curiosity. Like, we have to stay curious in life right now. It's like the more we just get too stuck or hung up on the way or I know or any sort of situation, we're taking ourselves out of that balance point. We're taking ourselves out of harmony. We're taking ourselves out of, possible relationship opportunities that could be out there. It's almost like that's the most important thing. What's the relationship conflict in our lives right now? Where are we like forcing our ego and thinking that we have this figured out when we don't know? We need to be curious and we need to be open because truth is presenting itself, but you have to act and respond accordingly to the truth in the moment. And I think that's where today's like starting off the week, we went through a lot of relationship stuff. And it's time to really center yourself in the curiosity to find that equilibrium in your life of like give and take. Are things actually balanced? And I think that, oftentimes things are not balanced and we tend to say, oh, it's okay. It's okay. But is it really okay? And I think the more you're in your curiosity to move with this Mars that's getting aspected in Gemini, the better off you're going to be. It's like using the polarity of Sagittarius, but Sagittarius is the I know. So we don't want to sit here and be like, I know. We have a feeling of what's going to bring this beauty and balance into our day. It's just sitting there and saying that we already know and we don't want to be curious when it's like obvious. So I think there's a heavy obvious, factor. And I think even with the sun here in Virgo, it's like no judgment, but I see clearly, like my reality is showing up in this way that it's not, what I want it to be. We don't want to judge. We don't want to get like too, nitpicky. But at the same time, there is a level of nitpickiness that we need to have in our lives and making sure that we're really like living the life that brings us comfort and the relationships and the reflection that we are looking for. And I think to use that polarity of Sag in a good way for ourselves, it is to have faith in the curiosity. And that's where Jupiter's playing into this too, with the sextile to Mars. And even the moon opposite Jupiter. So Jupiter and Mars are like the heavy hitters today. Which Jupiter's of course retrograde and Mars is slowing down for a retrograde. So it's almost like, gosh, we want to take action on the curiosity to amplify things in our life and to kind of go in a direction and start things, but there's a hesitancy. And that's where the moon and Mercury can, overweigh emotion and thought and conversation. We just have to, hit with the truth. Even Jupiter in Aries, like hit with your truth, live in your truth, and have faith that if your truth is the curiosity to make a change, to adapt, because that's a big part of the square from Mars and the sun is like, you've got to initiate change if you want to see change. It's not, I don't know. And Saturn even opposing Venus still, like Saturn's starting to square Uranus even tighter. It's just, you got to step up if you want balance in your life. And I think that that's where this Monday's kicking off is like, are you ready to initiate the changes in your life that you know will purify, bring you more happiness, bring you more balance, bring better relationships to whatever it is you're relating to, and to have faith that that curiosity to make the changes will pay off, that it will amplify your direction, it will take you into the story you want to be in. You know, it's not about knowing right now. Unfortunately, we all want to know. We all want to know exactly how things are going to go, exactly how things will turn out, and yet here we are, all in a weird position of life where nobody has any idea where things are going to go, and it's just the step-by-step, day-to-day curiosity and in-the-moment actions that are creating where things are going to go. We don't have to know. That's the crazy part. You just have to have a belief that whatever you're following is your truth, and to keep acting on that and keep finding that equilibrium, and boom, you're purifying your life. You're harvesting the reality you want. You know, that's where we're at. And I think that that's pretty much Monday's astrology in a nutshell. And then the more that you act on the emotion that's going to bring that into your life, the more that you have the conversations that you need to have to make shifts, to be the judge in your life, the better you're going to feel, and the more you're going to feel like, it might not be that way in the moment. There's a lot of tension in the chart. There's a lot of tension in reality, in life right now. But it's not always going to be that way. And it's these moments now that force us into better situations, into the transformative aspects of our life. So it's definitely a time to take unique routes that are aligned with you, and to have those conversations and to say what's on your mind. And I know we can be in a place of like, I don't know. It's okay. You feel it, say it, be it, do it, live it. You know, the more we just sit on the scales and like keep moving something off and keep putting something on, the more we're kind of just wasting time. So, how much time do we really have to waste? Or is it just now that needs to be acted upon so we can start things off on this Monday and get the ball rolling? It just came off a new moon. It's trying to purify our reality, our relationships, shake things up. It's like embrace the shakeup, you know? Embrace the unknown. Nobody likes that. Everybody wants to like that, but then I talk to people and everybody's scared of the unknown. But that's the message today. And of course, I'm sending you all my best. I hope that you have a great Monday. And, you know, I think that a lot of it has to do with believing in ourselves and not thinking we're crazy. I feel like we can feel crazy right now because we're having to make these changes that did we even, you know, we never planned for them. They were unforeseen kind of shifts because of the evolution of our values and the relationships to ourselves. They've all got amplified. Stories have changed. So it's the curiosity to embrace all of that and to not get stuck in that South Node in Scorpio, these old emotional attachments that we graduated from, that we can stay emotionally attached to anything, but eventually it starts to bring us pain. It starts to bring us suffering, and we don't have to go through that. We can start creating new feelings, new realities, new physical things with people, with ourselves. But we have to be able to get out of the old attachments. And that's where the beauty and harmony, in my opinion, will be found today. Knight of Swords in reverse. Kind of like scared to save the day for ourselves. Kind of afraid of that quick movement. Like, I just want to stay. I'm just going to stay in this. I'm not finding the beauty that I want, but I'm also a little afraid that if I take the leap into the curiosity of the changes I want to see, that I won't be able to slay the dragon. Well, you got to believe that you can slay anything in front of you if you wish to get past it. Eight of Wands in reverse. Apparently we need to slow down and make some big decisions. I don't know. That's like kind of two very fast cards, and they're both reversed. It's like we really don't want to make these cuts It's like we really don't want to kind of see quick change. Even though we're so curious for it, there's a lot kind of holding us back. And the Nine of Cups, I think we need to realize that we have everything we need to nurture ourselves. We have everything we need to feel good within ourselves. We need to stop basing our value on the exterior and start really basing our value on the interior. Maybe all the exterior stuff will start moving faster once we look more deeper within at why the exterior is showing up in the way it is. I think we're right on the cusp of some major breakthroughs. So I think that there's a patience level to it, but there's also we can overthink ourselves to death and get stuck in limbo. It's not so much about the thinking. It's about the more intuitive action that you know is going to leave you filled with the good things that you want, the happiness. And it might not show up right now. I feel like that's the thing too with these cards. It's like the Nine of Cups and then the two fastest cards in the deck pretty much reversed. We want the change now. But there's a process to everything, and that's probably too what we're feeling with Venus in opposition to Saturn still. There's a process. It's a step-by-step thing. And even Virgo's a step-by-step. You don't just clean the whole house in a minute. You can't just vacuum every floor, you know? It's step-by-step. And that's the balancing, is to remember that you have to put in the effort to make the change if you want it. Otherwise, things will just stay the same. And you'll be left with exactly what you have now, which could be great for some people, and for others it could be like hell. And I would hate to see people sit in a hell when all they have to do is speak up and start getting the ball rolling, even if it doesn't happen instantly. It's putting it out there to the universe that you want change, and the universe is so ready to deliver change for people who want it. But you have to want it. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful Monday, and I'll see you all tomorrow for Tuesday's horoscope. Much love. Peace.